Welcome to the journey of love and light. This reading is called Is It Love? Is It Lust? Or Should You Leave? This is a general romance reading for any time, any date, any year. I am in keeping with my desire to make my readings a little more interactive. I have pulled from the Tarot of Sexual Magic deck three cards with the for the overarching energy for that segment of the read. What I will do is these cards have already been aligned with the cards in the reading, and depending on what card you pull as your overarching energy card, you'll know whether the situation you're coming to this reading about is love, lust, or should you leave. So, in starting with this reading, selecting the cards, this first card out of the deck is for the first segment of reading cards. So, if this card is the card you've chosen, then this segment of the reading is for you. If you are going to select one of these other cards, then when I begin to read for that section of the reading, I will turn those cards as well. So the first card out of the deck for the first card selected is the Knight of Pentacles. And what this tells me is that there is potentially a new love coming in to your life. There is an offer of love, an offer of resources that's coming in, and the next card for this reading is the Ace of Swords in reverse. And typically, the Ace of Swords in the upright position is a new start, a cutting away any untruths in your life. But what I'm sensing for this card in the reverse position, this may be or could come to be an established relationship where the truth has already been brought to the surface. Any untruths have already been cut away, and now this offer is being accepted, and that's ultimately resulting in the Queen of Chalices, which indicates the Cups card, where complete emotional fulfillment, love. Certainly, this card, the first card pulled for this energy of your overarching reading, is indicating that this relationship is definitely based in love. And not only is it based in love, the final card out of the deck for this segment of the reading is the Six of Cups, chalices. So that tells me that this is a relationship with equal give and take. The relationship is, definitely full of love and passion, and any of the untruths have already been cut away or will be cut away in this relationship. So accept the offer of love that's coming into you at this time. So if you selected this card as your card number 2, then you have the card of Justice. So beginning this segment of the reading, this is your overarching energy card, the card of Justice. It's about making a choice. So you may be in a situation where you don't know if this is love or if this is lust. Next card is up is the Two of Swords. It's saying that you need to make a decision. You have potentially this offer coming in, or this relationship is available to you, but you are looking to make a decision about it. You don't appear to have your emotions involved. It's very much right now your logic involved as far as whether or not this is the right relationship for you. And the next card out of the deck is the Seven of Cups. I have to kind of cover these because some of these cards are a bit provocative. But it says that while there is a lot of potentially a lot of emotional passion, it's definitely something that's slow moving. It's not. It's not necessarily something that's going to progress very quickly, whatever this choice might be for you. And ultimately, the final card out of the deck for the number two romance card was the Death card. And what that says is basically that there's going to be an end to a situation. So this decision that you're making could be related to this Two of Swords, this decision that you need to make as it relates to this slow moving love or emotional fulfillment, and knowing that you may ultimately decide to end this relationship. It could be that this is even a third party relationship that you're involved in. There's these two people back here, and this person in the front representing death of this relationship. So I would say if you picked the second card as your overarching energy, it looks like it might be lust. And the final card is the Five of Pentacles for the overarching energy, the number three for the segment of this romance reading. So with the Five of Pentacles, oftentimes we feel like with this card, the Five of Pentacles in a typical deck is feeling left out in the cold. But if you see this person, they don't look like they're left out in the cold at all. They actually look like they're quite invested in this romantic encounter. But let's just continue forward. So there is definitely a relationship in this last segment of the reading. And the next card out, though, is the Nine of Wands, or the Nine of Batons is what this deck calls it also, in reverse. And so typically, and this looks like, these people in the upright position, they're quite, engaged in conversation. But in the reverse position, it could indicate that there is there's a lack of movement in this situation. Being reversed, it could be that one side of there's more love on one side of the relationship than the other. If looking at the the gentleman and the female, and this doesn't necessarily mean that this is a male female relationship even, but the energy in this is similar as we move through this segment of the reading. So it looks as if initially there is a connection with this person, and then perhaps the connection is being questioned a little further down the line. And then we pull the next card being the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords speaks to being in your head a lot, and not quite being sure about what's going on, and kind of losing sleep at night. So and there's this black cat here, kind of representing perhaps this bad luck, this something not so good happening in the situation. And as I move on down this segment of the reading, you have the Knave of Chalices, which is like the Page of Cups, which he doesn't have much to offer. And this gentleman here looks like he is quite upset. So, and it's kind of the same energy coming all the way through the reading. He still has this cat, but he no longer has a female in the relationship. It looks like that female is out there with somebody new. So, if this is your segment of the reading, it could be that either your energy or the energy of the person that you are coming to this reading about is not in this relationship. This is the leave. This is the leave it relationship. In that, maybe initially there was an attraction, but as time went on, there became a disconnect, and there the person involved is no longer feeling happy or fulfilled in that relationship. So ultimately, it results in one of the individuals in the relationship being on their own. So I hope that you found this reading valuable. And if you did, if any of these cards, if whether you picked card number one, card number two, or card number three, you got the message that you needed to hear as it relates to your love, lust, or leaving a particular romantic situation. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. I look forward to continuing your journey of love and light. Peace and greatest blessings to you all.